Hey guys, I'm Danny,
And I'm Layla.
and we're here to talk to you about how to deal with fake people.
And there are three ways to deal with
Mm-hmm.
it.
Trois, if you're French.
And trace if you're Spanish. So the first way is to nip it in the bud when it happens. And so basically what you would do is okay, so scenario. I'm me and I'm sitting in a desk somewhere and this chick comes up to me and is like, "Oh my gosh, I love your shoes." And I would say thank you because I'm just a nice person. And she walk away, do her thing. And I hear her say, "Those are the ugly shoes ever." Something like that. So what you want to do is confront her about it and be like, tell her, you know, go up to her and be like, well, how would you handle that, Erica? Yeah.
Well, I'd probably handle it the same way. I'd be like, I'd nip it in the bud. Number one, I'd nip it in the bud, and basically, like, it would bother me, but you can't let it get to you. Which brings us to number two. So, obviously, I would have known what I was wearing when I left the house this morning. And Layla actually, reminded me of that earlier this week because apparently people, they, they just assume that you walked out of the house, didn't know what you were wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, obviously, I did know what I was wearing. And obviously, I felt good about what I was wearing. And, so,
Hey, what was number two again? I kind of forgot it.
um, but yeah, that brought us to number two, which was don't let it get to you.
Right. Okay. Because that's something to say. Okay, and so fake people aren't just limited to like talking about clothes. They're like everywhere. And so like they like to backstab. In my opinion, fake people backstab you because like they try to gain your trust and then they like turn it against you. I guess in an instant. So that's why you have to be careful what you tell people because it's like if you can't 100% say that yes this person has my back, then don't tell them anything because I take that one to heart because I don't tell people anything that I don't really trust.
Exactly.
So
It's only about 2 to 3 people you can actually trust.
one hand, I can count all my friends on one hand. So yeah.
So that brings us to number three of our, ways to deal with fake people.
Mhm.
That is to be true to yourself and just don't forget where you came from.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the people that you will be able to count on are your family and
Mhm.
your close friends that, you know, you're only able to
Yeah.
count on or count on one
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah, because not everybody is a saint. Not everybody is a sinner. Hey, isn't that from a
No.
rap? Saint, I'm a sinner. I think so. Kanye West. Whatever. And yeah, so
and
gosh, keep
and
going.
like another example of that is if you don't let bad friends or people who you think are your friends, don't let them influence you to do something that you don't want to do,
Mm-hmm.
because once again that they're not being a
Whoa,
true friend.
we're getting into peer pressure here. It's another video for another day.
Oh,
Don't want to ruin it
true.
for you guys. So
Whew, glad
yeah,
you stopped me.
yeah. What were we talking about? Fake people. Fake
Fake people,
fakeness.
but like I was saying, fake people who you think are your friends one day, and then the next day they act like they don't even know you.
Right. Because we both of us, Danny and myself, Layla, we've had some problems in the past with
Yes,
fake
we have.
people and like how we've known these people since like forever ago. And now that we're like getting into the big leagues, they don't want to talk to us, they don't want to have anything to do with us.
We're
And that's
talking middle school, freshman, sophomore year, and we're seniors now. So,
yeah. And so, um, yeah. I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna make this over. Are you gonna make this over? Can you please make this over?
no,
I'm not.
it's good.
No, it's not.
And it is. And yeah, like, just, I mean, the type of people that, I mean, just because they might think that they're smarter than you, or they don't want, or you do too much homework, or they might even think that you're smarter than them. They just, one moment you're friends, and then the next moment they don't even want to be associated with you
Yeah.
because they think that you might be like a nerd, or you're too popular.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
you know.
yeah, and it's cool. I mean, don't get all too like, don't take it to heart if they don't want anything to do with you. I mean, like,
Exactly.
I mean, do you honestly expect these people? And I don't want to be like, I have to be blunt. So, do you honestly expect these people to stay with you your whole life? Like, no, get over it. It's not that serious.
Exactly.
But I mean, these people, you only like, they can only get to you as much as you let them get to you. So I mean, don't like trip over it, because you're not gonna see any of these people ever if you're in college or high school or whatever. You're not gonna see any of these people ever again after that. Like, that's not gonna happen. So I mean, don't worry about it. Don't trip over it, because if they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to you. Cool. But I mean, the only thing I would have to say about that is like when people are being fake and they don't want to talk to you, like they might not talk to you for like 4 months or something like that, and then all of a sudden they'll come up to you and be like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you in forever, like stuff like that. Well, you could have called me, you know, like you could have talked to me, like you know,
Right.
stuff like that. So if you want to be friends with them, I mean, you can try, but I'm just saying, like, a true friend would do that.
Exactly. Like she said, a true friend would be there through thick and thin. And I know that's cliche, but a true friend would be there through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't show up one moment and be there, you know, and then the next moment say, you know, oh, I could have been there. You could have called me. No, because you would have been there in that, yeah, like you would have been there. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to the music, and like what we're talking about, it's just kind of like the ambiance just got like really like
Yeah, a long time
serious.
coming.
Good song, by the way. And what did you like stop saying? What did you say last song? What did you say?
I was basically just saying how, I mean, a true friend would be there through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, obviously, you know, and then when they call you later and they're like, oh, you could have called me or you could have been there, just basically elaborating on what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, if you were a true friend, you would have been there. Like,
Yeah.
you would have been there when I was making the decision, who do I call? Oh, I could call you. Like, you know?
Yeah.
So,
in a wrap, are you?
yeah,
Okay,
that's
sorry,
right.
I didn't want to interrupt. But in a wrap, like, we said the three things: nip it in the bud. What's the second one? Nip it in the bud.
Don't let it get to you.
Don't let it get to you, and be yourself.
Yeah, be
no
true
matter
to yourself.
what, like, no matter what, be yourself.
And don't forget where you came from.
Yeah, don't forget where you came from. That's 4. That was 4. And don't forget where you came from. So, think we did pretty good.
For my first webcam video.
This was her video, and I'm here for support.
Every Thursday
You
watch
can
me.
Watch
Danny.
Watch Danny do her videos, and you can comment below. Leave in if you have any questions.
Subscribe, please.
Yeah, subscribe to the whole Speak Up and Speak Out.
Ask me questions. I'll, you know.
Become one of us.
Yes. Speak up and speak out.
Yes.
This is Danny.
And this is Layla.
Signing out.
Adios.